Alrighty, my adorablenesses, I have a bunch of DVDs to review for you. I will give you the list and then I will review them one at a time. We've got The Crazies, Creation, Don McKay, Hot Tub Time Machine, tells you everything you need to know, The Warlords, and The White Ribbon. Alright, well, I might as well do them in order. Why not? Alright, all these are reviewed on my website as well. So you can go to drjoy.com or drjoyreviews.com if you go to Dr. Joy's Hit Movies. Okay. Number one, The Crazies. A good cast, Timothy Olyphant, whom we haven't seen very much of lately, who's, I think, a terrific actor, cute face. We've also, this is by the same guys who do scary stuff. Scott Cozart did Amityville Horror, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, certainly two of my favorites. Are you kidding me? Okay. This one is actually kind of not awful. Not exactly the same as good. This is not my style of movie. But having said that, it's kind of an interesting movie. The idea is that it's kind of this idyllic small town, everything's safe and happy, there's Bambi, and there's butterflies, and then your friends and neighbors are going horrifyingly insane. The opening scene is one of the most terrifying ones I've seen in film in a long time, in that you've got a guy at a Little League game that everybody knows is, you know, Uncle somebody or other, who comes in and opens up with a shotgun. Ooh, a little alarming. So this is not a bad movie if you like horror movies, and it's pretty good. Okay, law-abiding citizen. One of them comes to a school baseball game with a loaded shotgun. I already told you that part. Okay, this is R-rated, so your kids will of course love it. Bloody violence and language. Not a bad movie. All right, not a great movie, but not a bad movie for what it is. Made $39 million. Should you care? Creation. This is a movie that I think has a great pedigree, and they expected it to do better than it did. It did $0.2 million as opposed to The Crazies that did basically 40. So you can tell that there was not a huge kind of market for this, but it should do fairly well on DVD because it's an interesting movie. It's about Charles Darwin. And how many of us know anything about Charles Darwin other than Origin of the Species, right? In the Galapagos. Well, it turns out he had a wife that was very much fundamentalist and essentially viewed his views on evolution the same way some people do today, which is heretical. So it's an interesting story. Paul Bettany, who is married to Jennifer Connelly, who is also in the movie, played Charles Darwin, and Jennifer plays his wife. Jeremy Northam, who's terrific in everything. Toby Jones. So it's, you know, I like stuff like this. It's a historical drama. It gives you a different insight into the times of Charles Darwin. And I thought it was a terrific movie. I'm one of the actually I'm not part of the $0.2 million because I didn't pay for it. I see it in the screening. So so it didn't do terribly well. But if your kids are science majors, you know, I thought it was really interesting. Alrighty. Don McKay. This one, let's see how much this one made. This one, it doesn't say it made anything, so I probably didn't. This is Thomas Hayden Church, whom everybody loves, in Sideways. And basically, this is a thriller, and you don't really understand that till part of the way through. And Elizabeth Shue plays this woman with a secret. Nobody knows exactly what's going on here. Emmett Walsh is in this one. You know, from Blood Simple, we all love him. James Rebhorn, who's a terrific guy. Pruitt Taylor, Vince, Keith David. You'll recognize a lot of the cast. The idea is that he goes back to rekindle romance with his old high school girlfriend. Right? This is actually a pretty good movie. I don't think it did very well either. It doesn't actually have how much money it made, but the answer is probably not much. When they don't list the box office, it's probably because it made $1.48. Hot Tub Time Machine. Did you actually see this, Vince? No, but you want to. Are you going to rent it on DVD? You're going to get it from Netflix? Okay. This has got John Cusack in it. Everybody's favorite guy from the 80s, right? And Rob Corddry from The Daily Show. Is that true? No, it's from The Office. I lied. This is basically, it's a very similar plot to Grown Ups, which actually did fairly well this weekend. I think Grown Ups made like $38 million, and this made $50. Crispin Glover is in it. I love seeing Crispin Glover. The idea is these guys are four guys who are best friends, whose lives aren't going very well. Chevy Chase is in this. And they basically go back to the scene of of one of, you know, to go away on a camping trip together. They go into a hot tub, and like the title says, hot tub time machine, and they're transported back into 1986 so they can change their lives. R-rated, so your kids again will love it. The Warlords. I love this movie. Again, it doesn't say how much money it made, which meant not much. This has got Jet Li in it, who's terrific. It's set in the 1860s, about an era I knew nothing about, the Taiping Rebellion. Basically, Jet Li, whom we knew, you know, who's played a bad guy, plays a warlord in this one. He plays dead. This has got such great strategy in it. If you like military strategy, which I do, this is really terrific. I love this movie, and nobody saw it. The last movie, the White Ribbon, is I think it's German. Is it German? It's yeah, it is Germany. It's basically set. It's basically one of those kind of scary things set in a small village just before World War I, where there seems to be something going on, and we're not sure what it is. It's shot in black and white. I found it sort of a disturbing movie, kind of a little artsy-fartsy, but a lot of people thought it was a terrific movie. I think it was actually nominated for an Oscar as Best Foreign Film. It did not win. Made $2 million. All right, so to review quickly, Crazies, if you like horror flicks, this one has something to recommend it, especially if you like Timothy Olyphant's just got such a sweet face that you instantly trust him. Creation, if you're at all a history buff and want to see more about Charles Darwin, and your kids who are science majors will probably love it. Don McKay is good acting, again, kind of a horror flick with some really good actors. Hot Tub Time Machine, it is what it says it is. The Warlords is terrific. Great Chinese history, a part of the world I didn't know about, part of history I didn't know about, and great military strategy. The White Ribbon is an odd movie that sort of gives the idea of the German psyche and why World War I really happened. All right, so all of them, you can find more reviews at drjoy.com. And for right now, let's go back to my program, which is not horrifying. It is not a hot tub time machine, but we can follow the yellow brick road, if not the white ribbon. 800-544-7070. I'm Dr. Joy Browne.